It's me, the Tugboat. As you can see from my face and my unprofessional haircut, we're still in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. So I thought I would take a few moments today to share with you some of the best practices to avoid getting the virus and getting sick. These are just simple things that you can do to mitigate your risk when out in the world. Me again. Just wanted to spend a second to talk to you about physical distancing. I don't have any kind of cool photo array or display of how to stay away from other people. I just use my own wingspan as a rough guideline to know how far away from another person I should be. You see, I'm 6 feet tall, and the distance from fingertip to fingertip when my arms are fully extended is roughly your height. So using that as a very rough and unscientific guideline, I can get a good idea of how far away I need to be from somebody. The other way to measure it out is 2 big strides. If it takes you 2 big strides to get to somebody, you're probably far enough away. This is the easiest thing we can do, and one of the most effective things that we can do to stay safe. So use your head, use some common sense, follow these tips. As we just saw, no face covering, not ideal. This mask was given to me by work, but it's too small. This one is a little bit bigger. I bought this online. Simple bandana works as well. I had this for walking through corn. It's breathable and light. This one's the same for a biker, but too tight. Pictured here is my entire family of hand sanitizers. The short ones are 65% and scented. The larger ones are closer to 70% and unscented. Make sure that if you have a higher alcohol level in your sanitizer that you don't leave it in your vehicle, because at certain temperatures it can become volatile and explode. Be safe and apply often. Hey everybody, just wanted to show you how I wash my hands during this pandemic. Thought maybe it'd be useful for people, I don't know. Today I'm going to use this Bath & Body Works Champagne Toast, a little fancy soap today. So I'm going to give it one good pump. You want probably the size of a toonie. Going to run some water, get it soaked up. So I do my palms and then I do the back. One thing I started doing since the pandemic started is I really make sure that I get around to the heel of my hands. And then you have to make sure you get your thumbs isolated. You can do each finger individually, or you can do the kind of intertwining method. Do that. And then another thing that I picked up is the tips of your fingers and your fingernails. It's usually what you're touching in stores, etc. So I usually kind of put them like this and then just grind them into the palm of the other hand just to really get them scrubbed up. So you do that. I'm nice and lathered. Everything is soapy. And then you turn on your water and you do the exact same thing. So let's bring it out here. So I'm doing my palms down to the heel on both sides, fingers, thumbs, thoroughly rinse. Everybody says 20 seconds is what you're supposed to do to wash your hands. If you isolate and do all the individual components of your hand, it takes that long. So soap it all first, then rinse it all. Shouldn't have a problem. Do that every time you leave your kind of isolated bubble, and should be no issue. Stay safe. So in summation, there's a few things that you can do. One, stay home if possible. If you can't stay home, physically distance yourself from other people, being at least 2 meters or 6 feet away. If you are unable to do that, then wear a face covering to make sure that you're not breathing a virus outwards from yourself if you happen to be infected and not realize. And then to avoid getting it, you need to keep your hands clean. So effectively washing your hands, avoid touching things where at all possible, and have hand sanitizer for those spots where you can't wash your hands repeatedly or frequently. So just try to use your common sense, stay safe, and try to take back some of your life safely.